Hey, thinking of moving to Provo, Utah? Well, hold up. This city might look picture perfect, but if you can't handle these 5 real challenges, you might want to reconsider. And trust me, I've lived here for over 40 years, and it's not for everybody. Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Scott Walters with Best USA Realty. I am your Utah YouTubing realtor, and I've lived in Utah County for almost the entirety of my life. And I help people relocate here to Provo in the Utah Valley all the time. You know, Provo's incredible. It's a beautiful place, but it's just not for everybody. In this video, I'll share with you 5 things you need to be ready for if you're considering making Provo your next home. Hey, and I've got a relocation guide. It's totally free. It's in the description down below to help you make that decision if Provo's the right place for you. Okay, the next thing on our list.
The culture is strongly LDS or Mormon. 86% of the population identifies as members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So on Sundays, most businesses are going to be closed, and most social events are centered around church activities, and that's not a bad thing. Just know what to expect if you're not LDS.
Yeah, it can be a bit of a culture shock if you're not a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So full disclosure, we are, so we're kind of used to it, but you'll see churches like on every block here. You might not be used to that. Sometimes they'll have LDS churches backing right up to each other, and wherever you move to, you will be inside of an LDS ward. I mean, you won't actually be a member of it, but they'll come and meet you and say hi to you and greet you and invite you to activities. So that might be something that's a little foreign to you, but you just need to be aware that this is a very heavily populated area for people who are members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Anything else? Okay, so just be aware of that. That incredible view. Would you believe me if I told you one of the things you need to be prepared for here in Utah Valley is sometimes the air quality is not great. Right now, absolutely amazing. Look at the view. You're looking all over the valley, Utah Lake, down over Provo and BYU. Great air quality today. However, we deal with winter inversions in the wintertime that can last for days, sometimes weeks. Usually it's days and a good storm blows it out, but that's when the high inversion traps in all the smog and pollution in the valleys. And at higher elevations, like where I'm at here at the Y trailhead just up above Provo, you'll see just a thick layer of haze that covers the whole valley, and you can't even see the buildings or anything. So just know if you've got some respiratory issues, that may be something you can't handle here. But overall, normally we have beautiful, wide open, clear days just like this. Now again, in the summertime, we deal with wildfires. So sometimes these valleys can get filled with smoke and cause bad air quality, and our air quality index can be pretty rough sometimes then too. But generally, if we have a good storm come in, that's what it blows it in, knocks all that down, and we're right back to this absolutely incredible and beautiful views. Thinking about relocating to Utah? Well, I've got just the thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research. And I've linked it down below, from top employers to the best hospitals and a boatload of other things that you need to know before making the move. The best part is this guide is 100% free. That's right, you heard me right, 100% free. Just click the link in the description on the top pinned comment. Hope that helps. All right, so when we were growing up here as youngsters, Utah County was like 140, 150,000 people total. Now it's like getting closer to 750,000 or something like that. I mean, we're not that many years away from being 1 million people in this valley, and with that comes increased traffic. Here in downtown Provo along University Avenue, it's just gotten pretty crazy most times of the day, particularly around the rush hour. What was our experience today on University Avenue here in Provo?
We hit about every red light, which just makes it take longer to get where you're going.
Yeah, we were taking our kid up to an event at BYU, and that's true. If you make one red light, you're going to catch all of them. The inverse is true. If you're lucky enough to catch it when it's green, you're probably going to sail right through, but if you don't, you're catching all those red lights. So University Avenue is like one of the main north-south routes here in Provo. It's pretty busy. The other one I would say would be like 500 West. That can be pretty busy, and then that curves up and goes into Orem, turns into State Street in Orem, so that road's always busy. The main east-west routes would be Center Street, which is where these cars, right, you see coming in here right behind us, those are coming in on Center Street, and it can be busy as well. I mean, it's kind of laughable if you're coming from some big city like Los Angeles or someplace like that, you'll think, well, that traffic's nothing. But for those of us that grew up and this was a little teeny town and there was hardly any ever traffic, it's a little bit of a shock for us. But anything else?
Just plan ahead, I guess.
All right, so plan ahead for a little bit of traffic. Oh, I should warn you, particularly traffic on game days. So when BYU football games, in particular, on those game days, this University Avenue right here behind us
packed.
is
Yep.
bumper to bumper. Like you
Yep.
can't move, so you got to plan accordingly. It's not quite as bad for basketball. It gets really busy up around the Marriott Center, but overall I think it's just more of the football games where it gets really, really crowded. All right, next up on our list is...
Limited nightlife and strict alcohol laws.
Okay, so we're in the downtown part of Provo, and you think in most downtown neighborhoods you would see bars everywhere. This is the only one that we see here in the downtown area, and that's because the liquor laws are very strict here, especially in Provo. Now, if you're a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, that's not going to come as a surprise to you. But if you're not, all this will be a big surprise to you that it's so strict on the alcohol laws. I believe they have some ordinance here that you can't be within 500 feet of like parks and religious buildings for bars. So that's why you don't have any bars in the downtown area, because you've got parks to the right of me, you've got the LDS Temple to the left of me. Another thing is the state of Utah is very strict with alcohol laws as it is too. Like you have to order food at bars or something like that. What was that, in the restaurant? If you sit at the
Yep.
bar, you have to order food?
Order food.
Sorry, I'm not up on all the liquor laws. There's only a handful of state liquor stores. Where's some of the state liquor stores?
Payson, Provo.
I
I don't know.
I think Saratoga Springs has one too, probably one in Orem. I don't even know where all they're at. So if you want to buy like liquor, you have to go to the state liquor stores to buy that. You can get like beer at grocery stores or gas stations. But if you want wines and other alcohol like that, you've got to go to the state liquor store to purchase those. So just be aware, that's just one thing that catches some people off guard about Provo and Utah Valley in general are the strict alcohol laws. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, there's not big like liquor sections at the grocery store like in other states.
Very true. All right. Hey there, it's Scott Walters with Best USA Realty, your Utah YouTubing realtor. And as much as I love making these videos, there's one thing that I love more, and that's helping families and people from all over the U.S. to move here. I've helped countless families move, so whether you're thinking of moving next week, next month, or even next year, don't hesitate to reach out. My contact is right here on the screen, and it's linked in the description down below, just in case you missed the pop-up. I look forward to helping you and your family make the move here to Utah. Okay, the next thing you need to be aware of, housing is just expensive and the market can still be rather competitive. I'm up here on the East Bench in Provo. Homes up here regularly are well over $1 million. Anything up here with a view overlooking the valley and the city, you're going to spend a lot of money. I sold a home probably a half a mile from here, built in 1958 if I remember right. Just under 3,000 square feet for like $820,000. It had been somewhat updated. Home prices for homes on that side of town are going to run anywhere from $700,000 up to $900,000 depending upon their level of updatedness. And the one I sold was updated fairly well. I saw other homes exact same size that sold for nearly $1 million. So and they were completely redone. So just be aware. I mean, that comes as a shock to some people is how expensive the housing is, and that goes for rents too. I mean, you're going to be spending $3,000 a month for a 5 or 6 bedroom house renting here in the Provo area. So it can really catch people off guard how expensive it is for the housing here. It can be competitive too. Certain areas are very desirable. Even with the home inventory levels rising, certain parts of town, particularly on the east side of town, like the Tree Street neighborhoods, places like that, it's still very desirable. Quite competitive, that housing market. So I'm going to say our median home price is well over $500,000, probably getting a lot closer to $600,000 to get into homes. Entry-level homes generally are going to be your townhomes in the 400-something thousand, and you just really aren't going to find much in the 200,000 to 300,000 range. I just don't even think it's really hardly possible to find much of anything here in Provo in that price range. Pretty much everything's going to be at least $300,000 and up. $300,000 will get you a condo, probably an older condo. So certainly the locals are feeling pretty priced out, and even people wanting to relocate here feel a little priced out. You're generally going to get smaller yards. That's how they're trying to increase the density a little bit to create more housing affordability. So oftentimes the yards, particularly on any of the newer homes, will be a little bit smaller. So anyway, It's still a beautiful city. It's a great place to live. Just know you might have a little bit of a sticker shock when house hunting here in Provo. For those of you thinking of moving to the Utah area, where are you moving from and what's the reason why you're leaving your current city or state? I'm truly curious, so make sure to let me know down below. All right guys, so there you have it. There's the 5 things you need to be aware of when you're considering a move to Provo, Utah. Remember, I've got that relocation guide, totally free. It's in the description down below. That'll help you with your decision on whether you want to make Provo your next home. Again, my name is Scott Walters with Best USA Realty. I am your Utah YouTubing realtor, talking all things about what it's like to live, sleep, eat, work, and play in the Provo, Utah and Utah Valley areas. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap on that notification bell so you can stay current every time we drop another video about living in Utah. With that, we'll catch you on the next video.